So with that, I wanted to know if you guys knew what style I am, and if anybody can lift up their hand and let me know which style I'm wearing today.
I would say sweet.
You say sweet?
Well, I would say quite classy.
Okay.
I agree. I think classic as well.
Okay. Anybody else?
Classic.
Classic. All right. Yeah, technically correct. Classic is what I was going for today. The style, I usually wear sweet Lolita, so maybe that's where you're going with this. But the style is a little bit darker. I'm not wearing really too much innocent, kind of childlike innocent in it. So that's what I was going for. So here we go. Eric, first one you got it right. Enjoy. Sorry, I didn't mean to hurt you. So now that you know the three main ones, I want to go into the sub-styles. Because Lolita is always evolving, there's always a mixture that is coming into Lolita, and it'll always be evolving, and we're going to see that right now. So punk Lolita, very simple. It's basically punk and Lolita together. It's actually a really hard style to pull off unless you're buying from the actual brands like H&ATO. But I find it's a lot more deconstructed, and you're going to see plagues and crowns and crosses, deconstructed fabrics, and you're still going to see the bell-shaped skirt, but in a cute way. And then we got the boy style, so if there are some boys who want to get into Lolita, you can actually wear the other counterpart, like any of the other counterpart. We call them bro Lolitas. If not, you can go for the boy style. Really? Yes. We do. Well, you saw Mana before. He was a bro Lolita. Oh. But you're going to see a lot of variation in the boy style. It can either be really cutesy, which is also, or very mature. It depends on what you want to do, if you want to be a prince or a king kind of thing. But you're going to see long pants in this one. Or you're going to see pants in this one as opposed to the other ones. You're going to see skirts. And actually, a lot of the time, the boy style is actually usually worn by women. So here we have punk Lolita. So as you can see, it still has the bell-shaped skirt, but different elements such as like the diamond pattern and the checkered pattern. You see metamorphosed kind of feet here. I forget what the other one is, unfortunately. And now we have the boy style. So as you can see, the women wearing the boy style, and as well, on the other side we have Alice and the Pirate, and it's a lot more mature, as you can see. So most of these styles here are actually based on other fashions or elements that were in Japanese society. Hime Lolita, also I'm not sure if I could say that it was based on Hime Gabu because I think that came on after, but obviously they're very similar. And it's a very fancy and elegant style. It's another one that's really hard to pull off, but the key is to look classy, so you're going to see high heels, crowns, pearls, and you're going to see more maturity in this style. While Lolita is a popular favorite, obviously it was inspired by the traditional Japanese yukatas and kimonos. Sailor Lolita was inspired by the sailor uniform in Japan, and usually you're going to see classic colors such as black, white, and navy blue, but I have seen Sailor Lolita done in pinks and blues and Sweet Lolita style. Country Lolita is very, very, very similar to Sweet Lolita, and it's really hard to distinguish, but usually you're looking for like all these themes together, like the straw basket, the hats, the fruit, the gin hand pattern. So does anybody want to take a crack at figuring out what style's what?
Yes.
Lift up your hand, guys.
Sailor is the third one.
Okay, go for it.
The one second from the left.
Just tell me the color.
Well, that would
Or
be
the color of the hair,
second
whatever.
from the left, I believe, is the Wild Lolita, the one based on yukatas.
Just tell me the color of them. What's she wearing?
The black and white. That's not very descriptive.
Okay, yeah.
But second
That's
from the
Wild
left.
Lolita. Okay.
I could name them all if you want. Do you want just one or all of them?
Go all of them.
I believe the one on the left is Hime
Yeah.
Lolita, Wild Lolita, Sailor Lolita, and Country Lolita. Did you say
Perfect.
that? Okay.
You want to come get it, or do you want me to throw it? Go get it.
Throw it.
No problem. So yeah, slow-mo. Kura Lolita, all black. Sheila Lolita, all white. Kura Lolita is a very Halloween type of style, usually done just around Halloween or for a costume party. Basically, you take a white dress and you put blood splatters and gore all over it.
I like that one.
Well, you can do that.
I'm thinking the Alice in Wonderland with the giant knife and blood.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's,
And then casual Lolita is for anybody who wants to start as a beginner. This is really great to start off with. And it's also great for Lolitas who've expanded their wardrobes and want to go out to the supermarket but don't have time to make a whole outfit. It's very toned down. It's basically you wear a t-shirt or a catsuit with just a simple skirt. And again, really good for beginners. Anybody want to take a crack at it? Which is which?
oh, I can say the third one.
I have
Pardon me?
Isn't it,
Speak louder because I can't hear with my bonnet.
isn't it a bit dangerous to go casual if you don't want to look beat up?
Pardon me?
It can't. Alors, je peux te demander en français.
En français, s'il vous
Oui,
plaît.
c'est pas dangereux d'avoir l'air un peu trop beat up en allant casual un peu?
It's possible, yes. But if you look at the picture, it's really easy to do and it's hard to do. But usually casual Lolita is not for going to meetups. It's usually for yourself, going to the supermarket kind of things.
Okay.
Anybody want to take a crack though? I got lollipops. Go for it. Go.
The black one is the Kudo.
Yeah.
The second one is the Shiro.
Perfect.
The other one is the Kudo, and then the other one is casual.
Perfect. There you go. Or do you want a pink one? Oh no, pink. I got 2 left. Go for it. And as I've mentioned, Lolita fashion is actually always evolving. And I haven't mentioned all the styles, but these are just some of the newer styles that have evolved over time, have usually mixed up with different styles. Pirate Lolita's actually been around for a long time, but I just wanted to incorporate it here. Alice and the Pirate is the main reason for this, and as well Pirates of the Caribbean who came out. I really love Pirate Lolita, and a lot of Lolitas love this style. It's absolutely gorgeous, and I love it. Fairy Lolita is actually inspired by Fairy Kei, which is basically an 80s style in Japan, and it's a lot of pastel colors. So as you can see, not very well, but the girl is wearing Converse and a lot of elements that are actually very important in Fairy Kei. And then of course, Steampunk Lolita is actually more just a Western influence. We haven't seen it in Japan at all really. But basically you mix in the steampunk elements with the bell-shaped skirt. That's basically all it is to it. And it can be simple or it can be elaborate. Okay. Oh man. Okay. I had a huge list. Hold on, let's see if I can make this right somehow. No.
No, not gonna work.
It might. No.
No.
Let's not do that. Sorry. Alright, well I had a huge list, but
Not anymore.
not anymore, exactly, of where to shop. But if you guys want to write it down, or if you want to talk to me after, I'll be more than willing to do so.
Fabric Land.
That's not what I meant, but yeah, for DIY, yeah. But if you want to buy actual brand, it's very accessible for you guys to get into Lolita fashion nowadays, whereas even like 5 years ago, it was extremely difficult to do it. Some of the brands that do ship overseas, Baby the Stars Shine Bright, Angelic Pretty, Innocent World just opened its online shopping about 1.5 years ago. Metamorphosed Conda Fee was actually one of the first ones to do so. They opened up in their online shopping for overseas customers like in 2002. Juliet and Justine, Mary Magdalene, H. Nato, and finally I must talk a little bit about Bodyline. They are considered the Walmart of Lolita for 2 reasons. First, they're cheap, and second of all, not everything that they make are very well done. So be careful when you're going to Bodyline because not everything is great, but they do have really cheap things to add to your wardrobe. And I recommend them. Like for me, my boots actually came from Bodyline. But just be careful about what you're buying. Try to buy something a little bit more simple as opposed to something a lot more complex because they usually don't do that right. If you're new to Lolita fashion, there's Anna's House, which is based in Hong Kong, and their currency is in the yuan, sorry, in Chinese dollars basically, Hong Kong dollars, sorry, and it's very, very cheap, although it looks expensive. Candy Violet is an American brand. Sweet Rococo will basically, you can make your custom own Lolita outfit. If you do it, you can do it on the cheap side by not adding many details, but the more details you add, the more expensive it's going to be. The EGL Com sale, we have an international Lolita community called EGL. There's also a place where you can buy and sell your clothing there, and it's a great way to get cheap stuff without having to go through Japan, because the shipping there does get very expensive. Also, you have secondhand places such as Closet Child, Fairy Angel, Clothing Drop, Alice Boon, are all places you can go. There is also a place in New York called Tokyo Rebel, and they do ship internationally as well, but if you're ever in New York, go check them out. Other sites like Etsy and CD Japan are also good. There's also Taobao, which is basically a really big mecca for really, really cheap Lolita items. You need a shopping service to get through that, but basically these places in China that make really, really cheap Lolita clothing, it can get a little expensive with shopping services with their fees and stuff, but highly recommend it again. And then you also have Mbok and Yahoo Auction Japan, which, again, it's hard to get into when you're first starting in Lolita fashion. It's intimidating because, again, you have to get a shopping service for it, but it's basically an eBay site for, well, for anybody, but for Japan. And I've had a lot of success with them, and I highly recommend them to anybody because it's cheap. And if you're looking for a shopping service for them, Japonica is absolutely amazing, and they'll do everything for you. And I've gotten really good deals. Like for one example was last summer, I got a new release dress. It was just released a few weeks ago. Regular price was $350. I got it for $150. That's with shopping service and everything, so it was really cheap. Also, again, don't be afraid to make your own things. The Gothic and Lolita Bibles, if you're able to, do have patterns to help you make your own clothing. I'm not sure about Kara, but I know that the Gothic Lolita Bibles do have them. And a few years ago, Tokyo Pop translated a few of them. Unfortunately, of course, they went out of business, but there might be a copy somewhere around that you can get your hands on. Alright, so this was also formatted, but I guess not. If you need more information, these sites here are all very good information sites. Hello Lace, the best one for any information you need on Lolita fashion. Go there, it's called hellolace.net. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's where I got most of my pictures. If you need any information, it's all there, even about meetups or if you want more information for other sites. LolitaFashion.org was the first, I guess, information site for Lolitas. It hasn't been updated and a little bit less for information, but again, a great source if you need more information. Lovely Library is actually a catalog of just images of brand photos and when it was released. So if you need information about the retail value of it when it was first released and things like that, and if you just want to browse actual Lolita fashion videos, Lolita fashion clothing, please go there. Avant Gauche was made in 2005, but still great for information. If you want to join the EGL community, it's egl.livejournal.com. If you're wanting to get in, I recommend that you do some research. Don't start asking questions randomly, because you might tick some people off. Answering the same question 1,000 times kind of gets old after a while on the internet, and people are a little bit more mean on the internet sometimes. So do your research before you go asking questions. If you're really stumped, then we'll help you. There's also Lolita Ottawa. Again, just type up Lolita Ottawa on your Facebook page and you should be able to find them if you want information about what they're doing here in Ottawa. So Lolita is the community I'm part of, so sololita.livejournal.com is, again, our sources site. If you want to find out where to shop in Toronto, I'm more than willing to talk to you guys. And then of course, Puissé Arjufu, which is the Quebec community. They have a really big meetup going in Montreal, usually in June.